Okay, so Certified Lover Boy from Drake. I listened to this and there's no, he's not functioning on this album like an artist. He's functioning on this album. This sounds like a boring mixtape. He functioning on this like just a rapper coming in just lazy, doing bare minimum. This isn't really creative. There are some songs in here that I like that I could vibe with, but a lot of the songs that I like sounds like something that I've heard from him years ago. Um, it's not. This album isn't anything to sneeze at all. Got some nice features on here. I know he got some features from like 21 Savage, Future, Travis Scott, Jay Z even stepped in and did a nice little verse. I think he had an appearance from Nicki Minaj, but I don't think she didn't give anything. Um, Project Pat made an appearance. 21 Savage was on there. He got some decent collaborations and stuff like that with people, but it just seemed so, it just seemed boring. And then he was outclassed, outshined by every feature on there. Lil Baby was on there as well. Of course, he did his thing. Everybody did their thing. Every feature kind of came in and held their own and delivered, some good verses. And it just seemed like his was so uninspired. I hate the album cover. Look at this stupid album cover, bro. This is stupid. This is a toxic mixtape. This should have been, besides that whole Dark Hours or whatever that Dark Lanes demo mix that he released before this. I think it was in between Scorpion and this one. um he could have just released this. He could have released this for like this little placeholder in between or in the meantime thing. This is not a body of work. This is lazy. It's a lot of him saying the same thing that he's always sort of said. Songs mimicking or adding to the fact of like there's some girls who may be strippers. He's supporting them financially. He's there for them financially. Their families aren't really around. Like this narrative that we've heard from you before. It's 2021. Everything that we've been going through and dealing with, you showing the same thing. Steady talking about this beef with him and Kanye and Push, and it's just like get your mind off of that and give people a body of work. This is going to be easily forgotten. Easily forgotten. There's nothing on this album that really stands out like that for real, to where you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this was gonna age well. In my honest opinion, a lot of these songs are not gonna age well. Songs that I liked on the album, I did like Daddy's Home. I did like the production on that. I did like the sort of standpoint of like, yeah, I it's a style out here that I was that I sort of pioneered, that I sort of started, and sort of just recognizing that and kind of sitting on the throne of that. I can get with that vibe, but I mean, he could have did that albums ago. Like this song, it doesn't seem like this is something that needed to be here in 2021. Like this could have easily been on Take Care, Tuscan on Nothing Was the Same. But this could have easily been on Views. Like it just seemed like this didn't need to be here. What else did I like? I like Love All with Jay-Z. I definitely like Jay-Z's verse. Him just mentioning like, me beefing with somebody and showing restraint, saying like, I could have destroyed you, but I show restraint, that takes discipline. And I like the way he was able to kind of piece that together. And you can see that Jay was kind of operating on, I'd say about 40%, wasn't really trying to do too much. It was a chill track, so you're not going to necessarily want to come at 85 to 100%. You want to kind of chill. It's something you can sit and kind of kick back to and state your case, you know, but you ain't gotta be all the way turned for it. So I was able to vibe with that. Fair Trade with Travis Scott, I always like the melodic switch up, so I can enjoy that one sonically. Nobody was really saying anything like that was that, you know, catchy, but sonically, you're gonna get that from Drake and Trav. Some good switch up, some good sonic, just the way the track sounds and the production behind it. I can enjoy that. I can enjoy with Way Too Sexy the comedy of it. I like that. Tracks like that don't really bother me because you're gonna need some kind of track like that. For the most part, depending on what type of album you're putting out. If you're putting out a nice little rap hip hop type of album, I can get with a track like this because it's just a moment to kind of step back and just to laugh a little bit. Um, to laugh, have a nice little song that people can play. It's gonna be a TikTok song. You can see this easily. Some dances or something coming up to this. People may be stunned a little bit, showing off some new cars to this. So I could definitely see that happening with that song in that regard. I thought the video was hilarious. They had my boy Kawhi Leonard in there, had him dancing. They was doing like the little old school, R&B's men's R&B group sort of dances and stuff like that. So that was real cool. And it's cool to get a little laugh, man. This previous year it's been a little rough, so it's cool to get just a little bit of a laugh going on. TSU was okay. I didn't necessarily care for that. No Friends in the Industry. I like the energy with that one. I like just the energy of the beat and everything, and then just the pacing on it. It's just odd to just see all these features. You see all these features here, and then say no friends in the industry. Like, we've seen you do multiple projects with Travis Scott, not Travis, but Future. We've seen you do some projects with Travis. We've seen you hook up with a lot of these guys. You see he's sort of mending the issues that him and Kid Cudi had, and they released a track that was very melodic, sort of euphoric, kind of vibey, abstract sort of a vibe to the song, which I was expecting. But it's just you working with all these people who are great. These are great artists and great names. To just burst out and say something like "no friends in the industry," you know what I mean? It's just it was a little odd. But even with all these features, it may not be a friendship. It may just be simply a business transaction. So we gotta look at it in that sense as well. But I kind of like that one. Knife Talk, that definitely had that. It definitely had that 3-6 vibe to it, that Memphis vibe to it. My boy 21 was on there, and it just really gave like a nice little what you getting into once you hear that beat, when you hear Project in the beginning, you know what you're getting into, and it definitely it did its job on that vibe. You Only Live Twice with featuring Lil Wayne, Rick Ross. That one was good, but it definitely gave Underground Kings vibe. Definitely gave Take Care of Underground Kings. That was the first thing I thought of. I like the energy, and I like that sort of being able to reminisce about that time frame, especially in my life. I was that was a very ambitious portion of my life at that time, at least, and so hearing that definitely reminded me of that. But like I said, nothing on this album really stood out and like gave me like, okay, this is a classic. It was an okay album, but I felt like this could have been just like a Toxic Milk mixtape that he could have put out, and then just left it at that, and actually produced a real body of work and not just some tracks. I feel like this is just, what is it, 21 songs? This is just 21 tracks, and in my opinion, like, nobody's a work. You know what I mean? There was a couple of tracks that he was able to kind of get into his bag on. I know on Pipe Down, I kind of like that one a little bit. That 7 a.m. I kind of like that one. I feel like he was kind of getting into a little bit of a bag there. And Fair Trade with Travis Scott, I like that one. But it seemed like none of these are bodies of work. All of these are just tracks. And You could do that with a mixtape. You can present 21 tracks or however many on a mixtape, but this isn't, in my opinion, an album. This just sounds like you just threw 21 tracks together with some features, and you've been talking the same stuff, and it's dry. Another, you wait another year and you do this again. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. You're able to hold people off, but you can't GTA 5 this for long. It's only so long that you can GTA 5 this. This isn't Rockstar Gaming, and you're not gonna be able to hold people off for long with the same type of content. Dressed it a little differently. Look at this stupid album cover, bro. I hate this album cover. This is stupid. This is stupid. Drake gotta change his energy out here. I'm a fan of Drake. I like his music. I like the fact that he's been able to win this long. There are a lot of antics and things that he does that are negative, and the energy behind it and your mindset behind it is off. Some kind of way he's been able to profit. It's the world that we live in. We got a wicked society. The society we live in is just a negative society. So if you match their energy, they'll applaud you. The moment you try to stand for something good or do things the right way, do things with integrity, that's when you'll notice yourself losing. And I believe Drake recognized that, but that's not something that you need to tap into. You need to leave that alone. You gotta find you gotta get yourself a fresh energy out here. The same things that cause you to win, it may not hold up no much longer. This project was boring. This was boring. I ended up getting my Apple Music and everything together so I can check it out. And I was listening to Kanye's album, and just listening. I'm just like, man, just sonically, his sound like bodies of work, as they always do. I may not rock with every track that Ye's drop, but I can tell that, okay, you ain't just over here spitting some bull crap. Like, you actually trying to piece together a body of work, some artistry that's yours. But a lot of these tracks on this CLB album, you can honestly throw away. 21 tracks, and out of all of them, 3 or 4, I can really see myself just going back and repeating. This is, in my opinion, this is terrible. And this album cover is stupid. You gotta get your energy right out here. Drake been winning, but you can't keep up this same energy and expect life to work out for you. Drake been out here throwing rocks and hiding his hand, pretending like everybody's the enemy and everybody's against him. But you be out here doing grimy stuff too. You be out here being petty. You be out here being shady. You constantly looking at somebody else's woman instead of trying to get your own. You constantly out here doing people bogus. You constantly out here gloating and being arrogant. All that's gonna come back. We be forgetting that life got a way of coming back and just tapping you on the shoulder and being like, yo, let me introduce myself. I'm life. We forget. You gotta check your energy, man. He's been fortunate enough to be winning. The boy numbers are doing well. Won Artist of the Year of the Decade award. Got this deal with, I want to say there's some sort of endorsement deal with Nike. I was looking into it trying to see how much it was. I want to say it was like $460, but I could be completely off. I think there was just some article I read, telling how valid that is. But it seemed like he's been doing pretty good. But it's just learn to cherish your blessings. And you run around here with your chest puffed out and acting like you got all this on your own and you did it with no help. You ain't got no people that actually care about you by your side. And it's just, that's the wrong energy to have. And eventually you will lose. And it's going to be horrible. You got to stop all this and come out with some actual real body of work. This isn't it. That's my take on this Drake album, this CLB. I'm not really much of a music critic or anything like that, but I've been a fan of Drake for the longest. And so seeing this album come out and seeing this stupid album cover and just hearing these tracks, it's just like, oh man, this is boring. This is boring. So I don't know. That is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Peace. So many ops I be mistaken, I swear. Won't stop, never stop. Got so many ops I be mistaken.